Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're keeping well on this bit drizzly Friday, but it's due to clear up. Doesn't seem like 12 hours since I was here. Probably a bit more than that. Right, bring in my earworm for today. Today we've got Wayne in. Got Wayne Bigfoot in earworming. The guys, obviously some guys are at work, and Jake and Jamie are taking the hire car back today, so they're not going to be in. So Wayne's going to keep me up to date with the chat and stuff that's going on. So I'll just stick Wayne back in the background. There we go, and I'll change camera. Right, going to do some miniatures today. This is usually the world of Wayne. This is what Wayne usually does, is miniatures. So I'm going to be using. There we go. I'm going to use my miniature skew that I got from Yuval over last weekend, and I've just made up a couple of small small scrapers as well, just out of Allen keys. So we'll be messing on with them. And I've also got a small, although it's quite big compared to the other one, small skew and an old bowl gouge that I've turned into a sort of small roughen gouge. So what I'm going to do first is just take this down a fair bit further, because the first thing I'm going to do is a miniature goblet using the small skew and the small scrapers. So I'll get on and do some turning, and Wayne can let me know what's happening in the chat.
Hi everybody, it's a lovely day here in Sheffield. In the chat we have Tipsy Turner, Pat Cummings, Copper Owl, Michael McEwen, Steel Blade, which is Joey. Yeah, Chris, can't remember your name now. Tommy Dunn, Robert Dolman. We got Spirit Bears just come in. Terry Bartlett, Malcolm Douglas, Eric Winkler, Barry Chitty, William Kenny, Jennifer. Hiya, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
And Brian Leltonio. Let me find. Who else? Anybody missed? Yes, it was Chris Dodds, that were it. Yes, Steelbird Joey. He's driving, but he'll be watching. I don't know how he manages that, but
no, me neither.
Yeah, unless they have the same traffic jams we do in England. Terry Bartlett says hi, Wayne, and all from the Plymouth Wood Turners.
Hi, Terry.
Chris Dodd said that skill chisel with normal size for Terry the Hobbit. Bailey Woodworks is in.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, I actually asked Yuval the other day if he's making the spindle gouge to match the little miniature skill chisel. And he says he's thinking about it. Yes, I actually told him, look, good, in 10 years' time, we'll have a full set. I think he'll have to then go on to carbides. So, a full set of them both.
Right, so I'm going to see if I can just get sorted in this goblet. I could just use a small drill to do this.
I tend to prefer to do it, all of it out with tools as well on this rather than drill. I think where I'm concerned, I tend to feel it more, how deep I'm going as opposed to. What I'm saying is I've gone through side a few many times with drill. Andrew's come in at Ivy Woodshed. Hi, Andrew.
I'll just straighten this up a little bit. with my Mahusive skew. Then I'll go on to the small one. Here we go.
I mean, these miniatures, they're a lot of fun to do. And sometimes you get in your workshop, you're wondering what to do, and while you're thinking about what to do, just get on and do a little miniature. It touches your skills up, and it's just fun.
I'm just going to straighten this edge off, just with the bigger skew.
The Shelley heaters in.
I probably should have my magnifiers on, but I don't.
Ruby Claire's in. Hiya, Ruby.
Hiya, Ruby.
If you like what Wayne does, he's always got. You can always go to his link for Buy Me a Coffee, which is Buy Me a flavoured coffee, actually, which is wine flavoured with no coffee in it.
If anybody's going to try doing anything like this, obviously you don't have to use these silly little miniature skew. I mean, Yuval actually brought these to make as a swap type thing. But one thing I would recommend if you want to do miniatures, find wood that is very close grained.
I mean, one of the things I prefer is beech.
Yeah, I'm using, it might not look it, but I'm using Purple Heart today.
Interesting. I tend to use a lot of beech dowels. I mean, it's cheap to buy, but I'm sure lots of you have got little bits of offcuts in your pile. And like Wayne says, is close grained. You can do it with stuff like oak, but it tends to fraction a lot easier.
That's getting a bit fiddly now.
Yeah, it's quite easy to see what you're doing. I don't know if anybody on the phone will struggle, but it's a good picture. Eric Winkler says, Wayne, can you use a 3/8 bowl gouge?
You probably can.
I've not tended to use 3/8 bowl gouge. I mean, I'd probably go for its spindle gouge. Better if it's swept back. And
yeah, something like a detail gouge.
Yeah, yes, the detail gouge is a great tool. Hodgepodge, Wayne, can you just because you have a smaller wine glass doesn't mean you're not going to drink as much.
No, it just takes longer. I just cut off a piece of abrasive now, and I'm just going straight in with 400 on this.
Tipsy Turner says, so no using scrap pine lumber from Home Depot?
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
I certainly wouldn't splinter too much. And if you measure correctly, you shouldn't have any scrap pine lumber. And he's what you call it. Oh, Joe Senior's just come in. Hi,
Hey,
Joe.
Joe. How are you? I was talking to Stephen Madden, Wood Dude at the week. Was it Stephen? No, it wasn't Stephen. It wasn't. I tell a lie. Joseph King. I was talking to.
Yeah.
He's a guy from Barry, from Bury, and he sent me a challenge, which I'm not going to take up, of turning a miniature goblet with a captive ring that fits through the eye of a needle.
No, I
So
wouldn't be able to start to see it.
I declined on that one.
Oh, Gamer Dad's
But
just turned in. Yeah.
he turns a hell of a lot of miniatures.
Yeah, he tends to do a lot of captive rings.
Yeah. In fact, one of the pieces he showed us a photograph of was it had 21 captive rings on there, which he'd actually, I'm sure he'd messed about with and had them all intertwined. And it was for, I can't remember what the piece was for now, but the 21 captive rings represented a 21 gun salute.
Benjamin's in.
Hiya, Ben.
So Sid's repurposing. Benjamin says, my wood jaw plates have arrived, so I shall soon be making a Mick Ambry style box lid holder. Just need to sew some nickel elastic, as he calls it.
See if this Barton tool is any sharper. No, it certainly seems to be. There we go. So there's the first piece. Little miniature goblet, which has been cleaned out.
Wonderful.
So what I'll do, because of you're going to lose things like that. So what I'll do is make a little box for it to go in. Put that to one side. Another piece of purple heart. Change camera win. That's it.
One of the problems you do have when you're using these miniatures is what you call it, is if you drop them, you generally don't find them again.
Oh no, not in my workshop anyway.
I've done that for experience. I've had them go over and everything. Hold on, let me just get that back. Ruby Claire's way says, Wayne, take the challenge. Make a needle with the hole big enough for the goblet to pass through.
Yeah.
Laugh, laugh, laugh.
I can't remember if it was Jake. I think it might have been. It was either Jamie or Jake. Says it all depends on the size of the needle.
Brian's here. Brian at Artwood.
Hey, Brian.
Brian. Paul Lockwood here. Paul says,
Hiya, Paul.
Didn't realise you also had the SK100, Chuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. Had this for quite long. To tell you the truth, on the SK100, I only tend to keep the O'Donnell jaws on here, and just swap out the miniature ones. I've got the miniature jaws on at the moment. I usually have the mid-size on here.
So I'm not from Lancashire, because I would have read that as didn't realise you also had the SK100 chuck. Mackie Queen, only 50 watching, 11 thumbs up. 39 folks still have the opportunity to hit that button.
Just clean off the top there. Now we'll start putting some shape into this. Again, I've got a set of miniature. I'm not using the miniature skew anymore. It's basically the what's in here. I think is just a small nail, so it's not high speed steel or anything like that, and it blunts after using it about twice.
Yeah.
So what I'll do with this, I'll just get some shape into it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing some this weekend. Try turn in with it, but obviously I'll only be using it a couple of times myself. So I'm terrified of bending it, to be honest with you. Brian McLaughlin is
Brian.
is coming. Good
Must be on
afternoon,
his
everyone.
lunch.
It's early finish Friday. Same as me,
All
Brian.
right.
Same as me. Ward Wilson is here from Howdy from the west coast of Arizona.
Hi, Ward. Must be up early. Right, again, get that sanded.
Yes, we got 55 into the chat.
Excellent. And again, I'm just going straight in. In fact, I'll take that tenon down a little bit.
Benjamin says, Wayne, I had looked into the AWGB seminar. They have 16 packages ranging from £47 to £830.
There you go.
I'm not telling you my thoughts. Poverty.
You know, the real annoying thing is that back in the early to mid 90s, there used to be so many wood turning shows on. I mean, I used to go to a regular wood turning show, an annual wood turning show, I should say, at the NEC back then, which was, I mean, the hall the size of Makers, and it was purely for wood turning. There used to be a big one down at Wembley as well. In fact, I'm sure the ones that I used to go to were run by DMC. That's the people who put out the wood turning magazine.
Billy Brown's coming to the chat.
Hey, Billy. Right, that's the lid for this. Can you still? Let's clear that. There you are. You can see it now.
And so has Keith Jarvis.
Hi, Keith.
Watching in the background whilst on the phone trying to get appointments. I know that feeling.
Switch that off. I'll just take the wee nubbity nub off this. Put that to one side so I don't lose it. And we'll start getting some shape onto this box. In fact, what I'll do before that, change camera again. I'll just come in and try and size this up for putting the lid in.
Brian McLaughlin says, "What are you making today, Wayne? A chess set?"
No, I've just made a. See if I can show you this. Oh, wrong camera. There we are. I've just made a miniature goblet. And now, seeing as how it's a miniature, I'm going to make a box to keep it in.
Nice.
Woodworking.
How you doing?
Jamie!
I remember seeing turning woodworking demos all the time in shopping malls back in the 70s in the States. I was just a boy, but was fascinated by it. Hi, Jake. Hi, Jamie.
Jamie, Jake. There's the guys in. Must have returned the car.
How you doing?
Ash at Kitey Shed's in.
All right, I'll pass you over to Jake for a bit.
Okay.
How are y'all doing?
How's it going, Jake? Everything sorted?
I got the car put up and no one died. So that's a success story.
And Johnny says, interesting. So are we saying wood turn is less popular than it was? I thought it was more popular than these days.
There certainly seems to be more people taking up the craft, but I think because of expense and everything, they're setting these types of shows up.
I think you've got more options these days as well, haven't you, really? Yeah, you've got more options these days, like YouTube.
Yeah.
And the like, whereas before you got nowhere to see your heroes or see other people's techniques.
There's lots of people to teach too. So someone, before it might have been intimidating to a lot of people. Now you can go find someone that'll teach you that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, definitely.
Choose camera.
Robert Hodge says, will you be making a larger box to put this box in so you don't lose the miniature box?
Yes, I will. I will be doing that. I'm hoping I've got a piece of wood that's going to be big enough. The last time I did this, well, I've done it a couple of times since, but the first time I did it, I should say, Yuval had actually made a miniature goblet which was a lot smaller than this one that I've just done. And I thought to myself, he's going to lose that, so I'll make him a box to put it in. So I made him a box to put it in. And then I thought, that's a bit small, that box is. He's going to lose that. So I made another box to put the miniature one in. And then I made a third box.
Okay.
I'll just get a bit of shape on this. And then I'll get the inside cleaned out.
Douglas Bungham's in.
Just got to have a measure to see that.
Right, it was just a quick hello. All right, we need to get on and do some resin casting or practicing.
No bother, Jamie. Thanks for coming in.
All right, no worries. Take it easy, everybody.
See you later.
All right, see you soon. Bye bye.
Brian Nero. So back in the day, I used to go to engineering shows at Earls Court and Olympia. Anyone remember these venues?
Last time I was at Earl's Court, that must have been, again, probably the early 90s. That was actually for a dog show.
Dennis Peamish is in.
There we are. Get that sanded up. Now we'll clean the inside out. Ready to take the goblet. Change that camera again. Drop the tool rest down.
Bobby's in. And he says, Wood Turn has made the world smaller because of wood artists and their support teams producing international interactive programming like you guys. Me too.
Let's see if I can find a small scraper.
Billy Brown says, I remember the last time you turned the 3 boxes. It inspired me to go down to the shed and make one. Good, right, Billy. That's exactly what this sort of thing's for.
Nice one. Thank you.
Brian McLaughlin says, do you know if there's any shows in Scotland rather than down south?
No, Brian. There used to be the AWGB. No, it wasn't the AWGB. But there used to be an organisation that put a wood turning show on at Ingleston. But again, that's a hell of a lot of years ago, that is. Let's see if that'll fit in there. I think I've got to go down a bit further yet. No, that fits. I'll not be able to get that out of there now. You do realise that, don't you?
David McClernand's in. Afternoon, David.
Hey,
Nice
David.
Nice to meet you at the weekend.
It was very nice to meet you the weekend. Has your wife talked you in to start doing lives yet? Because that's what she was going on about when we were having a chat.
I thought you were going to say, well, stop talking yet. I would have...
Oh, no, I wouldn't go that far. There we go.
David says, lol, Wayne, she's going to give me the boot. Yeah. Douglas Mungham said, Wayne, did you have to wear a kilt?
No, I didn't. And with my legs, I probably wouldn't. Quickly put some grit onto this. Another good thing about, turn the speed down. Another good thing about doing things this small is that Yorkshire grit goes a hell of a long way.
Yeah, Chris Dodd says, the first time I saw you turn, Wayne, it inspired me to go and sweep the floor in my work area.
Cheers, man. Oh, that's funny. I like that.
Wayne has got a sweeping brush. It's just that he still can't find the instruction book to go with it.
No, to tell you the truth, my sweeping brush actually ran away. Took one look in the workshop, said I'm not bloody going in there. So like I said, this is Purple Heart, but you might notice it's a bit brown. But what tends to happen with Purple Heart is that once you leave it for a while, especially in sunlight, it will go back to being purple. Just take the wee nub off that. So there's the wee box
Wonderful, wonderful.
for putting in the wee goblet. So wee goblet goes in. There's the box. So what I'll do now is get a different piece of wood. I'm not very sure what this next piece of wood is. I've had it for years and years and years. And the label is obviously degraded. That had the name of the wood written on it. See what that's like.
Chris Dodd says, all joking aside, that's great work, Wayne.
Thank you, Chris. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do with this. I'll not hold this just in the dovetail part of the jaws. I'll just open that up a little bit more and hold it on the parallel part of it. That'll give it a better grip.
Mark, yeah, camera Wayne, we can only see back of your workshop. Perfect.
That's better. Right, so I'm going back to my homemade rough and gouge, which is out of a piece, it's out of an old bowl gouge, this is, which is just about at the end of its life, but it's ideal as a rough and gouge. Drop this tool rest down a bit.
Brian McLaughlin has given you a £4.49 super chat, Wayne.
Cheers, Brian.
Benjamin says, do you find the shorter a tool gets, the less vibration it has?
The shorter the tool. Vibration does tend to come more from how far away the wood is from the headstock rather than the length of tool, because I'd get a hell of a lot more vibration if my tool rest was this far away from the work. I just want to have a measure of this box for length. I should be able to fit that in. Also for diameter as well. I might be lucky and be able to fit it in. I probably should have cut this wood a little bit bigger, but not to worry. So again, this is going to be a similar sort of shape. Oh, that's the scraper. Don't want that one.
Yeah, Douglas Burnham says, Wayne, wood from the Neolithic times does degrade, but I thought you had that bit under your fur wrap. Ben says he asked because he noticed that Stuart Batter uses gouges where the fluted section is pretty short.
It might just be, if they're pretty short, it might just be that he's using that much and sharpened them that much that they've gone down that far. On the other hand, he may well have a preference for a shorter fluted gouge.
On the other hand, he might be stingy like me and not want to buy any more.
Well, I think he is a Yorkshireman.
I'll rest my case. Robert Hodge says Stuart tends to have up to 4 inches overhang when hollowing inside the bowls, hence the extremely long tool handles.
Sorry, I missed that, Wayne.
He says Stuart tends to have up to 4 inches of overhang when hollowing the inside of bowls, hence the extremely long tool handles.
Yeah, that can cause a hell of a lot of vibration as well, but with long tool handles, you're probably going to cut that down.
Michael B. Queen says they could just make them that way to sell more gouges.
I'm just going to give this gouge, this part and chisel a quick sharpen.
We actually bought a cheapo spindle roughing gouge from Harrogate. Said our speed steel, and all it weighed that were our speed, and that's if it could be on train, because it certainly weren't worth its money. The amount of time as it needed sharpening.
Yeah, you get that. Quick sand.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just sanding at 400 here.
To be honest with you, I find with doing miniatures, you need really sharp tools anyway, and delicate hands, and you tend not to have to sand that much at all.
Speed down, put some grit on. I don't think I'll get much of a shape out of this one. I probably should have went for a wider piece of wood, but not to worry.
Benjamin says Terry would be good at making miniatures. Well, miniatures to us, Ben, but perhaps not to Terry. I met Terry earlier last year at Yorkshire Gate headquarters. Cracking guy, absolute howling, laughing with him. Really nice guy.
He's always on flaming holiday though, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. Recharge his batteries. You don't discharge them in the first place.
Right, just get this sized up for putting the lid on. So I'll change camera over a second. little bit more. Yeah. One more. Famous last words.
Yeah, let's be all over that.
There we are.
Perfect.
Like I say, I'm not going to get much of a shape on the top on this. And let's just have a look and see how far down I need to go. Yeah, I've got enough wood there anyway.
Benjamin says, where is your new smock, Wayne?
It's in the house. Oh, that'll not get worn again until Harrogate. Put the overhead on. To rest down a bit.
Douglas, yeah, I'm fine, Douglas. Just a bit of cough. It's medication I'm on. It tends to makes me cough a lot. Yes, Douglas Milgan, just asking to see if I'm okay.
He's fine. He just has difficulty reading the chat when Valerie's shouting down his ear.
I won't be brave enough to read chat if Valerie's shouting at me. So if Valerie shouts at me, it blocks the internet anyway. Take more water with the gin, Douglas says. I've actually got Tarzan, if that's any good. No gin. In fact, I don't even know what gin tastes like, to be honest.
Right, get this cleaned out now. There we go. Move some of these. Drop tool rest down a little bit. Spindle gouge first. Yeah.
Is anybody in the chat going to try, what you call it, to make some miniatures in the future? Just let us know. Benjamin says all spirits taste the same to me. White spirits taste vile. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know what most spirits taste like anyway. So catchy drink. Not teetotal, but wild spirit, I've probably splashed that much stuff about it past. I've probably tasted that.
Just have a look, see. Oh, that fits. Excellent. I'll be able to get that out now.
A sock over.
Does it fit with the lid on? Oh, it doesn't quite fit. Still got just didn't push it far enough in there. Still got to take a little bit off that.
Douglas Williams says, "Wait, I cannot keep my hands still enough for miniatures." Which I understand. I understand that, Douglas. Yeah. I mean, Valerie says she has painful hands. Yeah. There's no point in pushing yourself too much if you're not going to enjoy it.
Well, that's true.
I get frustrated. Yeah, it's all about enjoying.
Just got to take it just a little bit deeper. I wonder if I can fit my carbide in there. Yeah, where is it?
Douglas says it's small. It is 10 foot by 10 foot. That'd be an interesting sight to see.
That's better.
Show some lovely figure on this side of wood.
Yeah, it's actually got spot. I don't know if this is bow cut or not.
Oh, yeah.
But it's certainly got some sparkly bits in there as well.
I use that quite a lot myself for miniatures. I bought some packs of 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 12 centimeters long. So packs of 10. And I found it really good stuff for miniatures.
I'm just going to start the part and cut. clean off that bottom part there. That's it.
Mark, the gentleman will turn has just turned in, and he's
Hiya, Mark.
just rubbing it in that he's just having a dip in the pool. Mark's on holiday at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
He was in last night when he should have been in the bar. I can't understand that.
What, you can't understand that way, Mark not being in the bar?
Yeah, I mean, he might have been in the bar watching me, but he was in my live last night. Thanks very much for coming in, Mark, by the way. Very much appreciated, since how you're on holiday.
Yeah, he was in the bar.
I know him so well.
Yeah, I hope you got it up on the big screen in the bar, Mark. Not just on your phone. If not, you'll know for next time. Andrew Warvey says, "Is holiday that boring, Mark?"
I don't know how to take that.
I think it's just chilling that. Christos says, "Good day, Mark. Or you just seeing what the peasants are up to?"
Right, get this parted off now. She'll rest in a bit closer. Seeing as how it's a small parting tool.
Mark says, "I can neither confirm nor deny that I have finished shoot cold beer in my hand at this time."
There we are. Let's put this more skew. Oh, there it is. Just to take this knob off the bottom.
Or are you just coming into the chat to see the reason why you've actually gone off on holiday, Mark?
Right, back onto the main camera. Get that tool rest out the way. These tools. Right, so just had a bit of play with miniatures today. So first thing I used was the very, very small skew chisel, which I got from Uval at the weekend at Make a Central. I did use my small scraper that I've made up out of a Allen key. I didn't use that one. That's what again made up out of an Allen key, but you can actually use that for doing hollow forms and things. So I've used the miniatures, used a couple other things. The bull gouger, the roughing gouger I've had made up from a bull gouge. So we turned the miniature goblet, and obviously miniature goblets can get lost. So what you do is you turn a box to put the miniature goblet into, like that, with a lid. And that's obviously still quite small. So what you do is you turn another box. Okay, so we've got that box, turn another box to pop that into with a lid. Now, I think the last time I did this, I actually turned 3 boxes, but this time I've just turned the one.
Fantastic, that. The Valley's shouting
Excellent.
awesome from the other room.
Oh, cheers, Valerie. Thank you.
Wayne
Right,
says,
I'll bring Wayne back in.
Douglas says, amazing work.
Thank you, Douglas.
Bear says, Russian goblets.
Oh,
Kes, which is.
Yeah, Russian goblet. Yeah, I've done this a few times. Can I just say, while they're in here, a huge thank you to Kez and Phil from Spirit and Bear for their wonderful gift that I got when Jake and Jamie came up. Thanks, guys. Very much appreciated. That'll be getting used in a live sometime in the next couple of weeks. So there we are. Oh, just coming up to 2 o'clock. Not doing bad. Not doing bad at all. Thank you, Jennifer. Cheers, Michael. Cheers, Brian. We'll certainly try to. Don't work too hard. Oh, no, you're finished for the weekend, aren't you? Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Cheers, Robert. Right, I think we'll close it there. Thanks very much, Wayne, for coming in and earworming. Really appreciate it. Obviously, it is a Friday lunchtime and people are doing other stuff. Ben, have I picked up the tape yet? Yes, Ben. It's sitting in the rest of the rubbish over on that shelf.
Oh, Chris Wednesday. Hi,
Chris. Hiya, Chris. Thank you, Brian. Yes, Jeff. 3 pieces in less than an hour.
Some great comments there. Dr. Above, good program.
Dr. Bob, I didn't even notice you were in. He's probably
Phil
just
Miller,
finished his,
probably
just finished his coffee and donuts.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
Miller's just come in late to the party. Yes.
Right, I will be back on tomorrow night. I'm doing a fairly straightforward bowl tomorrow night from a piece of spalted beech that I got from Di Prout, who lives down beside Wayne. I've already turned one bowl out of it, so I'm going to turn another bowl out of that tomorrow night and see if I can actually save some bits for spindle turning. So on that note, I am going to press the button. Thanks everybody for coming in. It's very much appreciated. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, tonight. Steve's on tonight. I can't remember what Steve's doing tonight, tell you the truth. Because it's next week he's got Terry on from Chestnut, I think. Right. Nope, can't remember what he's doing. But Steve will be live tonight at 7:45. And tomorrow, Saturday morning cartoons at 4 p.m. UK time. That's actually coming from Jamie's workshop, not Jake's workshop. So Jamie's going to be doing the casting. That should be fun. And then again, me on at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So on that note, I'm going to press the button to end the show, and I will see everyone later.